An educational TV program, Travel Around Kazakhstan, on domestic tourism is produced within the framework of Ruhani Zhengiru project. Every episode, our camera crew travels along popular routes marked on a tourification map of the Republic. Sometimes you want to escape from the city noise and to feel a taste of life. The place where I am now is considered to be one of the best to relax alone with nature. The unique geography of this region is learned by default when inspecting the map. Kapchigai Reservoir, Altyn Emil, and Kaindy and Alatau National Park. The largest Korgos Eastern Gates hub is also located in the region along the New Silk Road. That is why whoever wants to see the pristine beauty of Zhetusu certainly should visit Almaty region. The famous Kolsay lakes that are named Pearls of the North Tian Shan are hiding in the gorges of this mountain range. Hello, I am Shin Bulat Bazil, and this is Travel Around Kazakhstan show. Kolsay Lakes can confidently be named as one of the tourist brands of Almaty region in Kazakhstan. They are located 290 kilometers from Almaty. The road to them takes about 5 hours on a private car. Weekend tours regularly leave from Almaty city as well. Guests drive for 6 to 7 hours on tourist bus to Sati village. For those who plan to reach the lakes on their own, you need to go from Almaty to the east along the Kolsay route. On the road fork after Baydibek B village, you need to turn right. Drive the bridge over the Shilek River and turn to the right again. After that, you need to move along the main road. On the fork to Chunza village, go right up. After Toragir passage, turn right. The route to Sati village winds through the gorge with large differences in altitude. Holidays on Kolsay Lakes will appeal to all lovers of ecotourism. Here you can travel on foot or by mountain bikes. But if you're not comfortable with climbing up mountain trails, horse riding can be booked. You can rent horses in Sati town. Today, I borrowed the handsome and strong stallion. The locals call him Altair. Gi! The distance from the town to Kolsay Lakes is only 11 kilometers. This part of the road can be driven only by an SUV. However, most of the tourists choose ecotourism and reach lakes by foot or on horse. I also preferred the most ecological and national mode of transport. Girls, do you not want to ride with me? Water in lakes is as if under a spell. Tourists believe it can suddenly change its color from emerald green to bright blue. Of course, the water has its inhabitants. In the first 2 lakes, there is a rainbow trout. Currently, all lakes are part of Kolsay Kolduri National Park. Naturally, fishing with nets and other tools is forbidden here. At sunset, the trout sometimes can throw an acrobatics show by jumping out of the water. Oh, a fisherman. We'll ask him if the fish are biting. Only quietly. Are the fish biting? They are, but not so much. Poorly, could be better. But there is a lot of fish. Tourists understand the purpose of creating national parks and reserves in general. Surprisingly, we could have lost all this nature if it is not for an establishment of Kolsay National Park. In 1912, a forest inventory had been conducted at this territory. Clear cuttings began in 1941 to 1945 in the east part of today's reserve. They floated timber along lakes Kaindy, Kolsay, Kurmenti, and Shalik. Widespread logging lasted until 1964. Every year, the forest lost up to 45,000 square meters. Then, cutting down got into decline. After Kazakhstan gained independence, the Ministry of the Environment put forward a proposal to take lakes under state protection. At the same time, the work on the conservation of lakes and spruce forests began. Finally, the government issued a decree on the foundation of the Kolsay National Park in 2007. Thanks to state protection, Kolsay Lakes became the place where many Almaty citizens and guests of the city run off on weekends to see untouched nature. The lakes are filling up with meltwater of glacial origin, and it is the reason why sun does not have time to warm them up. The water in the lake is very cold even in summer, not higher than 6 to 8 degrees Celsius. Since when has that stopped young men like me? Wow, it's cold. Not this time around. The number of foreign tourists visiting the natural beauty of the Tian Shan grows every year. Among those who I met on Kolsay Lakes were people from the USA, Poland, Germany, and Japan.
Hello, my friend.
Hello,
My name is Shimbulat.
my name is Daisuke Suzuki from Tokyo.
What do you think about this lake?
The lake was very beautiful and so very depths are so far, and we can we can ride on the boat and see boat. They are so beautiful, and we can see a splendid view from this lake.
Tourists call the lakes of Kolsay the pearls of New Tian Shan. The place is perfect for hiding from the big city's noise. Firstly, at an altitude of 1,800 meters, visitors will see the first Lake Sati, which stretches for a kilometer along the reservoir gorge. The mountain trail leads from the first lake to the second. Minjilki Lake is discovered at the altitude of 2,230 meters by whoever passes this way. As a reward, they will see the largest and most beautiful of Kolsay lakes. Its banks are full with a variety of high-altitude flowers, among which you can see the Edelweiss. The third body of water, higher Kolsay, has hidden among Tian Shan cliffs, positions at the altitude of 2,850 meters, and only a few of the tourists reach it. At the altitude of 1,800 meters, the Kolsay National Park's guests are initially greeted by the Lake Salti. The width of the body of water is 400 meters, and the depth is 80 meters. For me, swimming across one bank to another will take around 1 hour and a half. In order not to pollute the environment, there are no motor yachts, speedboats, motor scooters, and quads. But you can relax by riding or rowing a boat. I have noticed that everybody's rowing backwards, and I do it differently because I prefer it that way. Renting a boat costs 2,000 tenge per hour. Prices might vary depending on vehicle capacity. There are several options for different comfort levels of living on Kolsay Lakes. The most popular of those are guest houses for 2 to 6 people in Sati village. The price of one person's residence will be 3,500 to 5,000 tenge. The local people not only accommodate guests but also provide a delicious village breakfast. Living in a hotel will cost 4,500 tenge per person for accommodation in a quadruple room and 8,500 tenge for a double. However, you would have to bring food with yourself and pay extra for kitchen use or cooking. For those who want to sleep for a night near the first lake, you can choose a yurt, the Kazakh national home. Depending on the day of the week, the price for the yurt can vary from 5 to 15,000 tenge. The most economical approach is to set up a tent. This option will suit those who want to sleep by the second or third lake. The price of installing the tent on the territory of the national park is just 500 tenge. I decided to stay with the locals. Right now, I am in Sati village near Kolsay Lake, where I should find a place to stay overnight.
И мне нужно найти место для ночлега. Ассаламу алейкум, ага. Мен Алматы қаласынан келіп едім.
Hello, I came from Almaty. Can I sleep at yours? Do you have rooms? Yes, we do. How much would that cost? In average, 5,000 tenge per day. Can we look? These places, right? Yes, there are free beds in this room and the next one. What does the room cost include?
5.000 теңге дедіңіз бағана құны. 5.000 теңге тағы не кіреді?
If you come over today, tomorrow morning there will be breakfast. However, they treated us to bishbarmak. People say the most delicious bishbarmak is in the villages. We should taste it. Delicious. Different people have various habits to relax in nature. Some like to disconnect mobile phones and take a break from civilization. To others, it is crucial to have a chance to put photos with sites on social networks. The more advanced conditions, the faster residents could be advertising their services to the crowds. Sadly, so far there's bad reception of mobile and internet connection in Sati. Some people do not wait the progress to come over, however, and had installed satellite dishes for internet use. They say that there is an internet connection. Let's check.
Да, все работает.
Kolsay Lakes are the youngest national park. It is 11 years old this year. In 10 years, much has been done to create a center of attraction for tourists here. The most significant thing is that there will be a renewal of the whole infrastructure because the park is the part of the tourification map of Kazakhstan. For example, at the moment they lay new asphalt on the central streets of Sati village. Connection services will be improved. With more tourists coming in, the locals are ready to increase the quality of services. Seems soft. For the next day, I plan to visit another high land pond, which beauty equals to that of Kolsay Lakes. The water in this Kaindy lake can be a rich blue color. However, water turns clear when you come near it. You can see trees under and even the fish that was introduced here in 1930. The nearest neighbor to three Kolsay lakes is an enigmatic Kaindy which arose in 1911 as a result of a strong earthquake. A landslide blocked the gorge forming the natural dam. The water had flooded the clearing covered in coniferous trees. Words cannot express such mysterious magnificence of the lake, so make sure to spend time here to see everything by yourselves. The view is incredible. What you can see over the water is a spruce over 100 years old, but the view under is completely different. At the 2,000-meter height, freezing water beneath the surface preserved branches and needles. That is why, in Kazakhstan, it is one of the popular places for divers who come from different parts of the country and abroad to swim around spruce branches. You may be amazed that on the banks of Kaindy, known as Birch Tree Lake, a coniferous forest is seen. In reality, there is a birch grove of a great beauty stretches along the way the lake.
Озеро Kaindy, что в переводе на русский означает...
Kaindy Lake, which translates to Russian as a birch tree lake, fits well with its location. As you can see, the birch tree grows here. If someone asked me the synonym of the word harmony, I would have said Kaindy. Here you can feel the real unity with nature. Those who had stayed here always want to come back. Bird call from all sides, faint movements of branches, and enigmatic light of the lake are so breathtaking. In winter, people get a completely different view. The water freezes and thick layer of ice covers tree trunks.
Сейчас гуляем по побережью.
We walk along the Kaindy Lake shore.
Можете посмотреть, какая здесь красота.
Let's ask these tourists whether they enjoy it.
Подойдем и спросим, как им здесь. Понравилось ли все им. А вы здесь уже бывали?
Have you been here before? No, we haven't. We used to go to Kolsay a few times, and it is our first trip to Kaindy. It is an incredible lake. I mean, we are delighted. For those who travel here on their own, I recommend climbing even higher to
Путь к месту, откуда открывается самый
a path to the place where you can see the most beautiful scenery of Lake Kaindy takes about 30 minutes from the shore. It is a hard way, but it is worth it.
но он того стоит.
To the place where you can see how the three elements connect: the waters of Kaindy Lake, the Kazakhstan sky, and the Tian Shan Mountains. This is a place to stay for a few days to watch the stars at night. You can take a short diving course and return next year to see a surreal picture swimming among the trees. Probably, thanks to the unity with the Tian Shan nature, the residents of Sati village who met me were so friendly and hospitable. Surrounding nature of Kolsay lakes is indescribable. Here, on a quiet day, you realize what real silence, harmony, tranquility, and peace of mind mean. It seems like the nature itself whispers in your ear to relax and forget about the hustle and bustle of the city. I am Shin Bolat Pazil, and this was Travel Around Kazakhstan.